Yep.
And this one too.
Good evening and welcome to the Charlton Board of Selectmen meeting, May 22nd, 2018. All rise for the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First of all, the board would like to thank everybody that participated in the annual town meeting last night. We had 30 articles. We had good discussion on pretty much all of the articles, and we did stay a little late, but we finished business, and we really appreciate the citizens participating. So with that, consent warrant and agenda. Tonight, we're going to have the reading of the agenda, minutes of the regular meeting from May 8th, 2018. Then we move on to community relations, announcements, and open forum. Appointments and resignations, we have none. Excuse me, we do. Scheduled appointments. 6:45 public hearing, Chapter 61 King Road, which was withdrawn to the town administrator. Was that withdrawn by the withdrawn by the applicant? At 6:50, we have the pinning of the deputy chief and a firefighter. New business, McClure Engineering disclosure form and professional service agreement. Definitive subdivision plan application for 107 Colburn Road. Special permit application, reduced frontage lot. Special license request, St. Joseph's Council, KFC, 11379. Special license request, Chelsea Cox for a wedding. Special license request for the Charlton Road Race Committee, excuse me, and the BoS summer meeting schedule. Then we move on to old business, community reports, Board of Selectmen policy review, student select person report, the town administrator's report, other business unknown which was unknown at the time of posting. We have the Insurance Advisory Committee. We have preliminary subdivision plan for Brookfield Road, Masonic Home Road, Luna Meadows, and Luna Meadows, and North Sturbridge Road. We have special permit and site plan approval for Treehouse Brewing, and modification of approved site plan for 508 Base LLC, Sunset City, Inc. Our next meeting will be Our next meeting will be May 29th, Ms. Craver, at the Charlton Middle School.
Yes, sir.
It will be in the, we'll start off in the cafeteria and then move into the auditorium, and that will be on the Green Valley marijuana
Cultivation site.
cultivation site that's scheduled for Charlton Orchards. So what will happen there is the applicant will have all his information there, and we'll have a meet and greet and answer questions with the public, and then we'll adjourn from there to the auditorium and answer questions and try to get more answers and discussion with the public on what's going on with this. So with that, what are the board's requests with the regular meeting minutes from May 8th, 2018?
Through the chair,
Go ahead.
I make a motion that we accept the meeting minutes from May 8th, 2018.
Second.
Any questions, any comments? Hearing none, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Okay, under community announcements, there's one opening for a full-time member on the planning board. Anyone interested should submit a letter of interest to the Board of Selectmen at 37 Main Street, Charlton, Mass. 01507 by Thursday, May 24th, 2018. The town hall will be closed on Monday, May 28th, 2018, in observance of Memorial Day. The town hall will be closed on Wednesday, June 6th, 2018, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. to provide staff with ALIS training. That's okay. From the Water and Sewer Department, just a reminder that between 9 p.m. and 5 a.m. until the first week of July, our hydrants are going to be flushed. Please check your water before washing your clothes for discoloration. This process started in April. Location change. I just announced this, but we'll do it officially now. Charlton Orchard's Cannabis Facility meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, May 29th, 2018, 6:30 p.m. It was originally scheduled in the Senior Center, but has been moved to the Charlton Middle School Cafeteria and Auditorium.
Mr. Chair,
Madam?
an announcement?
Okay.
I could add to it.
Absolutely.
Just a reminder that for those of you who have water betterment, the reimbursement program ends June 1st. So if you have not submitted your paperwork to the town treasurer, you're asked to do that as soon as possible, at minimum before June 1st. Also, last night, the annual town meeting approved the reimbursement of interest, and you would also want to go see the treasurer for that. If you have already received your water betterment reimbursement, you will not need to provide any additional paperwork to receive your interest back.
Is there anyone here for open forum? No. We're moving right along this evening. Our 6:45 scheduled appointment has withdrawn. Ms. Craver, any more information on that?
Not at this time, sir.
Do you think we could move forward with the pinning of the deputy chief
I
and firefighter?
do.
Well,
So, Chief Knopf has asked for time on the agenda to allow the pinning of the new deputy chief, Jason Cantra, as well as firefighter Ian Haggerty. We've scheduled this for 6:50 if everyone's here. Where's the chief? Outside? That was like a pop in the box.
There he is.
Hi, chief.
Sorry about that. Good evening.
good evening,
Good
Chief.
evening.
Chief?
Thank you for having us. As per Charlton Fire's tradition, when we bring somebody new on board, we like to have them come down, meet the Board of Selectmen, and officially pin them as a member of the department. What I have today for you is two sides of the spectrum. I have an individual who started his full-time career in March of this year, and another gentleman who started his career in 1988 as a full-time firefighter. So without further ado, I'd like to have firefighter Ian Haggerty come up. And he's gonna be pinned by his girlfriend Becca. Welcome aboard.
Thank you so much. Nice to see you.
And at this time, I'd just like to go through a little bit of the process that we had back when Chief Cloutier retired back in November. And I became the, we'll call it acting chief at that time. We started the plan to put in place to hire a new deputy through the gracious efforts of the Board of Selectmen and the Finance Committee. We got that position approved again. and we started a hiring process. We put it out, social media, we put it out through other websites, the MIAA or FCAM, and we came back with, we had 14 applicants. Of those 14, we whittled it down, and then we had an initial interview process of, we brought in 7. And I didn't have to go any further after the first round of interviews. I was given overwhelming and positive feedback on this one particular gentleman. Like I said earlier, over 30 years in fire service, right next door in the town of Southbridge. It gives me great pleasure to have Deputy Chief Jason Cantera come up. By his 2 sons, Nicholas, Jonathan.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
So, through the chair, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he was just pinned by his son, who is a Charlton firefighter, who has more seniority than he does now.
But we'll show you where he ranks on the totem pole. When new fire gear came in and the Cantera tab showed up, it was taken off of Nick's gear and put on his father's gear. Nick was told he had to wait for his, so. Thank you very much, much
Thank you.
appreciated.
Thank you, Chief.
Good job, Chief. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now the whole place is gonna empty out. Now the whole place will empty out.
And then you see a road sitting there and.
I had to park all the way down the road, now I know why. Next place, the
Yeah.
Auburn fire truck's out front too.
Yes. Family, you see this so often.
Our fire chief in Webster.
Oh, really? Is that the guy in
And
the red?
Wes. No, he'll be past me. So where he is. For you, anything. Yeah.
The next item is McClure Engineering Disclosure Form and Professional Service Agreement. Ms. Craver?
Yes, sir. Attached is a disclosure form from McClure Engineering and a professional service agreement for your review. Just give them a minute to step out. Okay. The professional service agreement from McClure Engineering is to the Charlton Highway Department for engineering services pertaining to the design modifications to the Brookfield Road over Katy Brook Bridge. The agreement was developed based upon discussion with the Highway Superintendent Foskett a site visit to view the existing structure, and review of Massachusetts Department of Transportation bridge requirements for application to the Highway Municipal Small Bridge Program in the amount of $8,950, which will be paid from Chapter 90 funds. Highway Superintendent Foskett has recommended the board approve the agreement, and I would agree. At the board's February 14th, 2017 meeting, McClure Engineering Incorporated was voted as a special municipal employee. If the agreement is approved by the board, they will be working with Highway Superintendent Foskett on the Brookfield Road Bridge project. As they will have a new financial interest in a contract made by a municipal agency, they are also required to file a disclosure form. I would recommend the board approve the disclosure form as submitted.
What are the board's wishes?
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead, Dave.
I move to approve the accepting the disclosure.
Second.
Second?
Any discussion? Hearing none, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
And then the contract, the agreement, professional services agreement.
Mr. Chair. I
Mr.
move
Singer?
to approve the professional services agreement with McClure Engineering.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
The next one is definitive subdivision plan application 107 Colburn Road.
Yes, sir. Attached, please find an application and plan submitted to the planning board by Jason Du Bois, P.E. of D.C. Engineering and Survey Incorporated, on behalf of the applicant Daniel and Holly Stevens, requesting approval of a definitive subdivision plan consisting of 2 lots and a cul-de-sac road, 815 feet in length, on property located on 107 Colburn Road. The property is owned by Daniel and Holly Stevens, 107 Colburn Road. The parcel subject is to the application contains 128.15 acres and is listed as Assessor's Map 57, Block A, Lot 19. Said property is zoned agricultural. The planning board has scheduled a public hearing on the application for June 6th. Meeting agenda. Should you wish to provide a comment on the application, please submit your comment to me at the planning board no later than Tuesday, June 5th, and that would be from Bill Scanlon.
Does anybody have any questions or comments to forward to the planning board on this? It's pretty straightforward.
Mhm.
Karen?
Again, being the newest person on the
Mhm.
board, what's the expectations from us for this? I'm not quite sure. I know we get a lot of them, but is it like a peer review thing, or?
Well, it goes into peer review. What they're doing is they're just asking formally if we have any comments on things. A lot of times what would happen with the solar farms is we would get them, everybody would look at them, and David and other board members would forward comments to the planning board about screening, you know, the setbacks, access. This is a pretty straightforward, you know, application. They're putting in a small road with a cul-de-sac and 2 lots on 128 acres. It's not a lot.
It's gotten so bad that now I always just say, my usual comments, please, regarding the solar. He just said the same thing every time.
So if you look at the plan, you have any questions or comments, you know, we can forward them to the planning board. Something will pique your interest sooner or later on. Next one is we have a special permit application for a reduced frontage lot.
Yes, sir. The planning board has provided you with a copy of a special permit application by Michael Brock, 55 Ramshorn Road, for approval of a 1 reduced frontage lot containing approximately 13.43 acres. The lot has an existing single-family home, and a special permit will allow the creation of 1 new conforming lot. The property is located at 55 Ramshorn Road, identified as Assessor's Map 83, Block A, Lot 1, and is in the agricultural district. You are asked to review and provide comments, if any, no later than Tuesday, June 5th.
Does anybody have any comments they want to forward to the planning board on this?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Next one is a special license request for St. Joseph's Council, KFC, 11379.
Yes, sir. Attached is a request from Alan Trammell on behalf of St. Joseph's Council, 11379, seeking a special all-alcohol beverage license to be used on October 20th, 2018, from 5:30 PM to 11 PM at St. Joseph's Church Hall for a dinner and a night at the races. This request has been forwarded and approved by the building commissioner, the fire department, and the police department. Per the board's policy, the license, if the day is requested is approved, should be issued for 2 additional days for the following reasons. October 19th, to allow the delivery of alcohol to the establishment where no sales will be allowed. October 20th, for the use of the approved date and time as listed. And October 21st, to allow for pickup of any unused alcohol, which again, no sales would be allowed. These dates would be reflected on the license. I would recommend the board approve the special license as requested.
Mr. Chair,
Mr. Safarowitz.
I move that we approve the special license as requested from October 19th to October 21st.
Do I have a second? Second. Any, any questions or comments?
Just one comment.
Mhm.
I'd like to point out for the newest select person that if you look at the application, you will see where the individual department had to sign off on it, and then right next to that is date completed. That's something that we instituted just last year, so that we can track how these applications are going through the process.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
The next one is a special license request by Chelsea Cox for a wedding.
So attached is a request from Chelsea Cox for a special liquor license for wine and malt beverages to be used for a wedding on Saturday, September 22nd, from 4 PM to 11 PM at Camp Jocelyn at 150 Richardson Corner Road. This request has been forwarded and approved by the building commissioner, fire department, and police department. Per the board's policy, the license, if the day requested is approved, should be issued for 2 additional days for the following reasons. September 21st, to allow the delivery of the alcohol to the establishment where no sales will be allowed. September 22nd, for the use of on the approved date and time as listed. September 23rd, to allow for pickup of any unused alcohol. Again, no sales would be allowed. These dates would be reflected on the license. I would recommend the board approve the special license as requested.
Mr. Chair,
Mr. Safarowitz.
I move that we approve the special license as requested from September 21st to September 23rd.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
The next one, special license request for Charlton Road Race Committee.
Yes, sir. Attached is a request from the Charlton Road Race Committee seeking a special liquor license for wine and malt beverages to be used on Monday, September 3rd, from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the Charlton Optical parking lot, 109-6 Masonic Home, for runners only over the age of 21. The estimated number of persons is 350 to 400. This request has been forwarded and approved by the building commissioner, fire department, and police department. Stipulations by the fire chief are crowd managers per 250 occupants, fire extinguishers, and marked egress. Stipulations by the police chief are possible requirements of police detail as information becomes available. These will be added to the license if approved by the board. Per the board's policy, the license, if the date requested is approved, should be issued for 2 additional days for the following reasons. September 2nd, to allow the delivery of the alcohol to the establishment where there would be no alcohol sales available that day. September 3rd, for the use on the approved date and time as listed. And September 4th, to allow for pickup of any unused alcohol. Again, no sales would be allowed. These dates would be reflected on the license. I would recommend the board approve the special license as requested.
Mr. Chair,
Mr. Safarowitz.
I move that we approve the special license as requested with the above stipulations for the dates September 2nd to September 4th.
Okay.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming in at a previous meeting and filling us all in on all of the details.
Go home early tonight, please.
Yeah.
Appreciation after last night's
I see Mr. Singer yawning too much over there, so see you later, guys.
Long day.
Joe?
When can we sign up?
Oh,
I think I'm gonna open it up, I have to square everything away and update it with this, but within a week, but I will let you know.
Do you want to make that announcement here so people watching would know? I don't know, it's a little bit of extra advertising, just to tell them about the road race?
You like that?
sorry.
Go ahead.
That's no,
Through the
that's
chair?
fine. Yeah, absolutely.
Did Joe remember it?
This is a little shit.
Just so people know at home.
Oh, sure, do you want me to use this? So what will happen is the Old Home Day Road Race occurs Labor Day, and this year, for the first 300 pre-registered runners over the age of 21, we're partnering with a signature sponsor, Treehouse Brewing Company, and we will be offering pours after the road race from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. immediately following the race and the award ceremony. So make sure you're one of the first 300 to sign up. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you. And thank you to the folks at Treehouse.
Of course, it's our pleasure.
Board of Selectmen summer schedule.
Yes, sir, the summer is coming. Members of the board aren't always available for meetings due to vacation schedules. The following are the meetings for June, July, and August: June 5th, June 19th, July 3rd, July 17th, July 31st, August 14th, and August 28th. I will be on vacation the week of June 8th, July 20th, and August 24th. Does the board wish to schedule just one meeting each month, as in the past, and if necessary, we can call a meeting if needed?
What's the
Fine with
board's
that.
direction?
Mr. Chair,
Mr. Singer?
I'm fine with, sticking with tradition. I would recommend maybe June 19th, July 17th, and August 14th. So we'll have it right in the middle of each month.
Mhm.
Just a thought.
Would you want to have July 31st, since Ms. Craver will be around then?
Well, we don't need her.
That's fine.
I'm just
Through the
teasing.
chair, I will not be here on July 17th either.
Okay, so how about, whatever you guys want, 19th, 31st, and 14th, or we could do the 19th, 31st, and 28th of August?
What works?
What do you guys think?
No,
I'm
I don't need to be here, I just wanted you to be aware that
Mhm.
I would not be here that day.
I'm easy to please, whatever the board wants.
I think you're correct, I think doing it in the middle of the month is appropriate, and I can certainly try and call in.
That's fine. Does that sound like a consensus? Okay. We don't have to vote on this, correct?
No, we
Okay.
will take care of it.
So
Thank you.
the
So-
summer schedule will be June 19th, July 17th, and August 14th. Thank you. Doesn't appear as though we have any old business unless the town administrator has something or the members have something. No? Committee reports?
Just one brief report from me right now. Last week, the Marijuana Advisory Committee met down at the site on Route 20, the Healthwise site on Route 20, and we had a walkthrough of the framed-out building. We went through each and every piece of it, the doorways going in and out, the windows or lack thereof, the parking, the way it would be set up on the inside with several security doors. I think at last count, there were approximately 40 surveillance cameras set up just inside the facility. We were shown where the vault would be, that would hold the product and the money, where the countertops would be, how many staff would be there, their office space, their lunchroom, two unisex bathrooms at this point, though they may need to be gender specific, we're not sure, the Board of Health is checking into that. And also a private conference room in case an individual comes in and would prefer to speak with someone who works at the establishment in private based on whatever their needs may be. It was quite in-depth, and it was very good to go in and see how much work they've done and just what the layout will be and how much security will be in place.
Excellent. Thank you, Ms. Noble. I have just a thank you from the Public Safety Building Committee. We are very grateful for the townspeople passing the article last night to finally get us going on land purchase, site design, and building design. It's been a long time coming, and the committee really, really appreciates what the townspeople did. So,
Mr. Chair, do we know what the numbers were from last night? 500 plus, right?
yes. Ms. LaPlaca?
I just posted it a couple hours ago. It was over 600.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the highest one since I started covering Charlton 14 years ago.
And I don't recall,
Probably the latest, too.
I believe that it was 502 in the room, and then 75 in the spillover room.
I can't recall the last time we had to use the extra room.
It's very encouraging.
I was told it was for millennium.
Wow.
Was the last time you had that amount of turnout. And we had to reach
Mhm.
back to a former town clerk to get that information.
Wow.
Thank you for that information, Deb.
Pleasure.
Okay. Any Board of Selectmen policy review? Nothing? Student Select Persons report. Ms. Krasinski?
This week, the seniors are finishing their finals, and yesterday had their annual senior barbecue. May 16th, the girls lacrosse won 12-3 against Fitchburg. May 20th, the girls track placed second at their leagues meet, and the boys placed fifth. This week, May 23rd and 24th, grade 10 will be taking the mathematics MCAS. Thursday, May 24th, Shepherd Hill is hosting a concert choir festival at 6:30, and performances will be made by the Shepherd Hill choral groups, both the Charlton and Dudley Middle Schools, and Tantascwa. Admission is $5. May 30th is the seniors' class trip to High Meadows, and June 3rd will be the seniors' graduation at the DCU Center. I also have a date for the Mocktown meeting. That would
Oh.
be June 4th.
Okay,
June 4th?
very
Yes,
nice.
I got an email from Mr. Olson this morning. I will update you if that changes via email, but that's the date right now. Because I have that date now, I will make a brochure, and then I will email that probably to Ms. Craver to share with
Mhm.
all of you guys for review before I get those printed.
Okay, and do you have a
And then-
time?
Yeah, I had told you guys 9 last time, 9 in
Okay.
the morning, so I think we're sticking with
Okay.
9 a.m.
Okay,
We'll make sure it doesn't go to 12:35 in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah,
thank
we
you.
might want to talk about narrowing down on some of the topics, because for that original write-up that I provided with you guys, it had a lot of information on it, and if we
Mhm.
want to stick to an hour and a half, we have to kind of narrow it down a little bit. So I'll bring that, well, are we going to meet before that again?
Well,
Question mark?
no, I don't believe
I
so.
don't
No.
think so.
No, we
Okay,
won't.
so I'll narrow those down, and then I'll probably be there a little bit past 8 o'clock, because it's starting at 9, so that I can get everything set up, and then go over it with you guys.
Okay,
And that's at Shepherd Hill, correct? Diane?
That's at Charlton Middle School.
Charlton Middle School. Thank
Even more
you for
convenient.
asking. I mean, informing me.
and thank you for setting this up. This is
Yes.
one of the most ambitious projects I've seen a student select person do in a long time, and I'm very, very proud of you for doing it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And unfortunately, I will be gone
Mhm.
and not be able to be here, so if I can find some department heads that might step in, let me know
Okay.
what needs you might have.
Yeah, I think there will be some 6th grade teachers that would be willing to step into some of the positions if we need to.
Okay, good.
Awesome.
That's
Mary
all.
should do it.
Probably get the police
Oh,
chief,
that's a
fire
good
chief,
idea.
Yes,
some
have
people.
them all involved.
We
Come
get
forward.
as much detail as necessary.
The town administrators report.
Yes, sir. Most of my time was spent getting ready for town meeting, and I do want to echo your sentiments about thanking the people that were there and their participation. I had the pleasure this morning of going to the Overlook for the memorial services,
Mhm.
and really had an opportunity to tell them about getting out of a town meeting at 1 o'clock and having people be able to have lively discussions, and that is part of our democratic process, and that is part of, what we have to thank our veterans for in protecting. So I appreciate everyone that participated in that last night. So as you know, Congressman Neal came to the town hall on March 28th to listen to the concerns and problems the water sewer department and the town are facing with the need for expanding the limited Charlton water system to provide water to various contaminated properties in town. The Water Sewer Commission has put together a letter to Congressman Neal, and I would ask you to sign it as well, and it is in your sign folders. The Community Compact Grant, we have applied for and received $4,955 grant through the Community Compact Cabinet's Information Technology, their IT grant program. Currently, our town hall phone system allows employees to dial 911 if needed, but the system doesn't acknowledge who is contacting the police department. Therefore, we need to come to the town hall and check with each department to see who called. This grant would allow us to update our system so that the caller would be recognized in the police department. I'd like to thank Kara Hemilowski for working on this. Charlton Orchards Cannabis Facility, a meeting was posted for Tuesday, 29th, in the Senior Center. As Mr. McGrath has already stated, it has been changed. I wanted to make sure that it is noted of the place change. And I had a really wonderful surprise this morning. As I was in my office, I heard the young voices, and I looked out of the window, and the steps were full of Charlton Elementary students. And it was part of their Choose to Be Nice Club. And they...
Is that why there's rocks everywhere?
That is why there's rocks everywhere. They went and put their rocks around, and they gave us this poster, and actually Ms. Pacheco's words were, "We heard you had a long night last night, and we wanted to say thank you for the work that you do." And if you look at the hands, we have the fence viewer and tree warden, Earth Day committee, fire inspector, and it says, "Love the Choose to Be Nice Club from Charlton Elementary School." And it was really sweet.
That is fantastic.
We would like to thank them.
My favorite rock was the one that said "You rock" on it.
I like, that's creative.
It's bland. They did. So
It's on brand.
it was very special. That's all I have.
I'm always amazed at all the things that they do. Other business, and obviously it was unknown at the time of posting, Insurance Advisory Committee.
Yes, we had several things come in today and after the posting. So the Insurance Advisory Committee appointments, we've been reviewing the makeup of the Insurance Advisory Committee per our Mass General Law. Currently, there are too many people appointed, and we would ask the board to affirm the membership and term expiration dates as follows. The Finance Director to serve as the IAC Chairman, Donna Foglio. Police Chief, Police Union President or Designee, William Bedard. Clerical and Administrative Union President or Designee, Janet Crockett. Highway Union President or Designee would be Howard Peel. EMS Fire Union, Robbie Barton. Active non-union representative from within the town hall would be Deborah Ciccarini. The active non-union representation from outside the town hall would be Cheryl Hansen, and the retiree would be Mary Stone. We're also asking each of those 8 groups to give us a alternate. At this time, the finance director's alternate would be Jessica Lorenz. The clerical and administrative union alternate would be Nancy Chalk, and the EMS fire union designee would be Ben Romano. We will bring you the other alternates as they come in. So we would ask that you would appoint them until May 31st, 2019.
Do we have a motion?
Mr. Chair,
David?
I move to appoint all the names specified for terms expiring May 31st, 2019 for both primary and alternate members.
Second.
Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Preliminary subdivision plan.
Yes, sir, we had 5 plans attached to 5 applications we received from the planning board for the board's review. We received these late Thursday and Monday. and the agenda was already complete. These are being brought to you tonight as the planning board has them scheduled for their meeting on June 5th, and there will not be enough time for the board to review and provide any comments if warranted. They are as follows. An application for approval for a preliminary subdivision plan, Brookfield Road. The plan submitted by ZPT Energy Solutions LLC shows two short cul-de-sac roads with a length of approximately 300 feet each, providing frontage and access to 4 lots. Proposed Lot A contains 52.33 acres. Proposed Lot B contains 5.70 acres. Proposed Lot 1 contains 37.12 acres, and proposed Lot 2 contains 29.9 acres. The property is located on the vicinity of Osgood Road, Fitzgerald Road, and Brookfield Road. Second, the application for preliminary subdivision plan, Masonic Home Road. Plan submitted by the Masonic Home Incorporated shows a cul-de-sac road with a length of 500 feet, providing frontage and access for lots 8A and 8B. Proposed Lot 8A contains 24.97 acres, and proposed Lot 8B contains 220.77 acres. The property is located off of Burlingame Road and Hall Road. Number 3, an application for approval of a preliminary subdivision plan, Lunar Meadows, North Sturbridge, submitted by Sunpin Solar Development LLC. The plan shows a cul-de-sac road with a length of approximately 400 feet, providing frontage and access for 3 lots. Proposed Lot 1 contains 16.97 acres. Proposed Lot 2 contains 13.66 acres, and proposed Lot 3 contains 0.96 acres and is located off North Sturbridge Road. Fourth, the application for a special permit and site plan approval submitted by Landry Realty LLC to expand the Treehouse Brewing Company facility with additional retail space, a timber frame pavilion, an outdoor beer garden, and 60 new paved parking spaces. The property is located at 129 Sturbridge Road. Lastly, and number 5, the application for modification of an approved site plan for 508 Base LLC, Sunset City Incorporated, submitted by Jason Du Bois, PE of DC Engineering and Survey Incorporated, requesting approval of a modified site plan to authorize a sports, entertainment, and recreation facility for gainful profit located at 219 Brookfield Road. And the plans are here, as well as in your office if you'd like to review them.
Yes. Ms. Craver, could you ask Mr. Scanlon if item number 1, which was ZPT Energy Solutions, and item number 3, Sunpin Solar Development, if he believes that they are trying, that they had these in front of the planning board to try and get ahead of the solar moratorium. That's what it appears to me.
I concur.
And if the answer is yes or no, do you have any further direction?
There's really nothing you can do about it, except I'm sure that when the actual site plan comes in with all the details on it, it'll show a solar facility. Because they were locking themselves in, is what they were doing.
Okay. Through the chair, Ms. Craver? Item number 1, where it shows 2 short cul-de-sac roads, could we assume that those, 1 lot B, there's several lots here. I'm just wondering how many potential solar arrays we're talking about. I can see clearly with item number 3, access, it says access for 3 lots, so obviously that's probably 3 solar arrays. But I'm wondering, on number 1, how many solar
I
arrays?
can open the plans for you if you'd like to look at them.
I can do that afterwards then, if it says.
Mhm.
And do you think that, oh, somebody stand up, we've gone dark. Okay.
You can tell we were up late last night. We're not
Yes,
moving very
nobody-
much at all.
Nobody's moving, we're kind of slow today. Are there any other, do we think, in the pipeline, other than these?
They would have to, They-
9.
They would have to be, but they would have to be in front of you now, I believe,
Okay.
to beat out the moratorium, unless he's accepted them in.
We're gonna put date.
So that would be a question for Bill also, I
Yeah.
would say. Karen?
So I have a couple of concerns, and thank you for bringing up, because I echo what you mentioned about that. We're just receiving this now, isn't that like against our policy to even look something like this over or make any recommendations, or
No,
our Board of Selectmen policy that we're supposed to have everything like the day before at least, or, and we're just getting this?
well, that's why it says on the agenda, unknown at time of posting.
But this is like things we need to act on, and we should take time to review. And I would also recommend, and I'm hoping I'm getting the date right, that I was looking here, that you watch the hearing on April 25th to the end.
Mhm.
I think it's very informative. But going through this process also, I'm surprised there's not more information needed when they submit their application. Is that the norm? Again, learning, but.
Mr. Chair,
Pardon me for 1 second. Go ahead.
I would assume that we can still issue comments via email about these site plans as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so it's not just tonight, this is just something that we are being made aware of.
And also just to add, it is your policy to get the information. We've requested that from the departments to get it before Thursday noon so that we can start putting things together. We oftentimes will get things later, and oftentimes it's no fault of their own, they're trying to move it forward. We brought this forward because this was the only meeting that you had before their hearing, so it felt important to bring it to you. You would
Mhm.
still be able to have an opportunity to review it and even to comment directly to them.
All right. Any other business?
So, for clarification, we have approximately 2 weeks before their meeting on June 5th to provide comments on these plans. So I think 2 weeks is sufficient time to do that, and I do appreciate them getting it to us in as timely a manner as they could so that we could discuss it this evening.
All right. Any other business before the board?
Mr. Chair,
Mr. Safaro?
I move that we enter executive session under Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21, for reasons, number 2, to conduct strategy sessions in preparation for negotiations with non-union personnel, or to conduct collective bargaining sessions or contract negotiations with non-union personnel contract, if the chair declares that an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the negotiation position of the public body, and to return to open session for the purpose of adjourning.
Second,
Roll call. Deb?
aye.
Karen? Aye. Joe?
Aye.
Chairman votes aye. We will be entering executive session to conduct under Mass General Law, Chapter 30, Section 21, Number 2, to conduct strategy session in preparation for negotiations with non-union personnel, or to conduct a collective bargaining session, and the chair does so declare that it would be inappropriate to do an open session.
Okay.